Hi everyone, and welcome to the Introduction to C# in Unity 3D series. And in this tutorial, we're going to talk a bit about scripts before we move on to discussing C#. So in Unity 3D, you're going to hear the word script a lot. And just like you write your essay in, a text editor, for example, Microsoft Word or OpenOffice, the same way you're going to write your code in a file which is called a script. And you're not going to use OpenOffice or Microsoft to write your script, but instead you're going to use a code editor, for example, Visual Studio Code. Okay, so the way we create a script is, so you can do this in two ways. And in my Unity 3D editor, I'm going to click on Assets, Create, and a C# script. Or you can, down here in the Assets folder, right click, Create, and C# script. So I'm going to call my script Cube Controller and then press Enter. So notice I didn't add the .cs extension, which is an extension for C# files. It did it for me automatically. Also, script names should be in Pascal case, and Pascal case is a naming convention in which the first letter of each word in a compound word is in uppercase. So in my Cube Controller script name, the letter C, which is the first letter of the word cube, and the letter C, which is the first letter of the second word controller, are in uppercase. Script names shouldn't contain any C# keywords, for example, int, string, null, etc. So keywords are special words which are reserved to be used by the programming language itself. So you can't use these to name your scripts. Also, don't use any special characters, for example, a $, asterisk, and so on. You can use an underscore though when you're naming your scripts. And this is kind of important to understand that scripts are considered behavioral components because they're going to add some behavior, to your game objects. So let's create a game object here. So in my hierarchy window, I'm going to right click, come down to 3D object and cube. So I have a cube here in my game, and I want that whenever I click on play, the cube should move to the left continuously. So this behavior of moving to the left continuously is going to be added, or the logic for this is going to be contained in my Cube Controller script. So this script here is going to contain the code for moving this cube to the left when I click on play. Okay. Now, scripts are not going to execute till you attach them to a game object and press play. So scripts are components that have to be added to game objects. So in order for the cube to move to the left, right, this script has to be added to my cube object. And the way to do that is to drag and drop it on the cube, right, in scene view, or you can drag and drop the script to the right in the inspector window, like so. So now my Cube Controller script component is attached to this cube object, and scripts have to be enabled. So the check mark here means that the script component is enabled, and if I untick it, now it's disabled, so it's not enabled anymore. Okay, so typically when you create a script, it's going to look like this. So I'm going to open up the script by double clicking it, and let's have a look at the script that we just created, which is called Cube Controller. Okay, so typically when you make a script, it looks like this. Now at the top, from line number 1 to line number 3 are what is called namespaces. So namespaces are included at the top of the script, and namespaces are containers for classes, delegates, events, enumeration, etc. For example, the Unity Engine namespace is going to allow us to use all the classes, events, delegates, enumerations, and so on that belong to it. So we can use the physics system, the particle system of the Unity 3D game engine by using the Unity engine namespace. Now have a look at this line. So classes are like containers for variables and functions pertaining to a game object to which the script is attached. So classes manage the game object's behavior and functions, properties. So this cube controller script is going to manage this cube's behavior, since we attached this script to the cube, right? We attached the cube controller script to our cube. Now also notice that the script name and class name are the same. So my script name is called cube controller and my class name is also called cube controller. So if you change the script name, you're going to have to change the class name and vice versa. Okay. So you're also going to see monobehavior a lot, and the monobehavior class is the base class for your Unity 3D script, and this is added by the Unity engine namespace. And we've covered monobehavior in the Unity 3D scripting API series, so have a look at that if you haven't already. And the start and update event methods are part of the monobehavior class, and they're added by default whenever you make a new script. So the start and update event methods are also covered in the Unity 3D scripting API series. So that's all for this tutorial. Go ahead and hit subscribe and like if you enjoyed this.